this piece of breaking news. Kritzween is there on the wall to put out that post by US President Donald Trump on Truth Social, where he's gone on to issue a fresh warning there, Kritzween.
Yeah, he says the United States, and take a close look at this one, the United States munitions stockpiles have at the medium and upper medium grade never been higher or better. As was stated to me today, we have a virtually unlimited supply of these weapons. Wars can be fought forever and very successfully using just these supplies, and in brackets he says, which are better than the other countries' finest arms. At the highest end, we have a good supply, but are not where we want to be. Much additional high-grade weaponry is stored for us in outlying countries. Sleepy Joe Biden spent all of his time and our country's money giving
He's
everything.
He's back again to attacking Joe Biden.
Everything to Ukraine.
Exactly,
everything to Ukraine,
he says. That Ambassador Dogra was making, Lieutenant General Kulkarni, that that is particular tactic by Iran to go ahead and deplete the air defense by both Israel and America to an extent that they get tired, and that is why they have that ammo ready for close to 60 days. But attacking Hezbollah, and we're going back to this earlier one, but particularly the statement by Trump really is a good juxtaposition of what we were discussing right now. So you're...
See, the first casualty of any war is the truth. And the first plan that goes off is when the first shot is fired. After that, everything else falls in place. Now, you heard yesterday, the IRGC also having claimed killed 700 Americans. And you heard the American president say, and mourning for 3. So that's the kind of things which will emanate from a battlefield and bound to happen. When we talk of the Lebanon part, now the South Lebanon, per se between the Litani River and the Blue Line, where the UN troops were there, and after the 7th of October, the way the Israelis have totally taken on the southern Lebanon, it's virtually impossible for Hezbollah to be moving around there. So you find Hezbollah in Lebanon, south of Beirut. That's where they are.
Let's expand on that Lebanon point. I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We have Sanjay Suri, who is in fact there with us on this particular Truth Social post of Donald Trump. Sanjay, when the US president says that United States is stock and ready to win big, they're talking about how they are in it for the long haul, even if Iran is deciding to stretch the resources in this air defense by Israel and America. How does one read this big statement by POTUS?
Well, it is a numbers game in the end. Who runs out of missiles first? Needless to say, each side will claim that they have an endless supply. The question is that this is not going to be true on either side indefinitely. It simply cannot be. We know that Iran has a very large stockpile of missiles, by some estimates at least 3,000. And this is a stockpile. The Iranian claim is it will last 60 days, but 60 days of what? Or what intensity? Or how many fronts? We don't know. We also don't know how many of these missile launches have been neutralized. President Trump has said that they are being neutralized hour by hour. So if a substantial number or the great majority of these can be knocked out, then Iran's capacity to fire these missiles will be decimated to a point where they may not be effective at all. It's without doubt that even some remnant units firing occasional missiles and drones can still cause a great deal of damage and disruption. On the other hand, in the June war of last year, we saw that the air defense systems within Israel, the THAAD systems, the Patriot systems, they ran out of interceptors. They began to run really short. And these are $1 million plus interceptors of being fired at $25,000 drones, which even poor Iran can make in abundance. There is a mismatch in the cost of this, and there is a limit to how much each has to throw at the other.
Okay, absolutely. Sanjay, we'll come to you. Adrian also wants to make a point to that. Adrian will come to you in just a bit and talk about what you make of this military and muscle flexing. But